Inheriting Blackthorn House led me to its haunting melodies and a forgotten tragedy. I had always been a lover of history and architecture, so when I inherited the sprawling Victorian mansion known as Blackthorn House, it was a dream come true. It was a grand inheritance from a cousin I had never met, located deep in the woods, away from the town. Though the townsfolk regarded the mansion with a mix of reverence and unease, none would say why. The house itself was an architectural masterpiece, with ornate carvings, Gothic spires, and endless corridors. It felt like walking into another era. However, from the first night, it became apparent that the mansion had its own rhythm, its own eerie heartbeat. Echoes wandered through its vast halls. Sometimes it would be a whisper, words indecipherable, coming from an unknown source. Other times footsteps would tiptoe right behind me, but no one would be there when I turned around. And most chillingly, every evening as the sun set, I would hear the frantic melodies of a piano. But the house had no piano. One particularly gloomy evening, the piano's sound was more frenzied than ever, intermingled with what sounded like anguished cries and hushed murmurs. Curiosity battling my fear, I traced the noises to the old ballroom, a place I hadn't ventured before. Its door was massive, heavy, and strangely cold to the touch. Pushing it open, I stepped into a scene from the past. Faint apparitions swayed, dancing in a slow, mournful waltz. At the far end, a translucent figure played the piano, her fingers moving frantically over the keys. It was a grandiose yet tragic spectacle. Their hollow eyes seemed to glance at me, filled with despair. I delved into the mansion's archives, eager to uncover its secrets. Old newspapers and diaries spoke of Eleanor, a prodigious pianist who once owned Blackthorn House. She was known for her magnificent balls, where the elite would gather. However, one fateful night, tragedy struck. An unrequited lover, driven by jealousy, poisoned the drinks. The house became a tomb for the unsuspecting guests, with Eleanor playing her heart out, trying to comfort them in their final, agonizing moments. Determined to bring peace to these restless souls, I enlisted the help of paranormal experts and historians. They arrived with a flurry of equipment, books, and incantations. To communicate and hopefully free the spirits, we decided to host a ball, mirroring the fateful night. Invitations were crafted, music selected, and on the chosen night, the ballroom came alive. As the replicated evening wore on, the atmosphere grew tenser. Shadowy figures became more distinct, and Eleanor's spirit, with her anguished expression, seemed more prominent. When the clock struck midnight, the haunting piano crescendoed. The team began their incantations, beseeching the trapped souls to move on. The walls shook, windows shattered, and the very ground seemed to tremble. The room was filled with cries, some of pain and some of release. It felt like an eternity, but as dawn broke, a deafening silence enveloped Blackthorn House. Grateful for the calm, I thanked and bid goodbye to the team. Years passed in tranquility, and the eerie occurrences ceased. Yet, the massive mansion felt lonelier than ever. Eventually, life took me elsewhere, and I sold Blackthorn House to a young, enthusiastic couple. Months later, over coffee, the new owner mentioned something that sent shivers down my spine. Each night, as darkness enveloped the mansion and the world around it settled, they'd hear a distant, haunting piano melody. Accompanying it was a soft, broken whisper, ever so faint, repeating the same phrase, "Remember us." It seemed that Blackthorn House, with all its grandeur and tragedy, would forever echo with the memories of that fateful night, a testament to love, betrayal, and the timeless grip of the past.